What is going on, everyone? Anthony Drew Gary here, host of the How To Show, where we talk about optimizing life, money, and happiness one how-to at a time. I've talked about credit cards a couple of other times on the show before, but this week I want to talk about a specific promotion that's running right now for a credit card bonus where, if done correctly, could get you a free $1,000 or even more than that if you decide to apply the credit or the bonus to travel partners. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Chase is doing right now in terms of the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the bonus that they have going on right now, which probably is for a limited time. So if you're interested in this, you better watch quickly. This is the perfect reason to hit the notification bell and subscribe to be the first to know about these videos as they're coming out. So let's check out the offer from Chase real quick. This is the link to get to the Chase credit card promotions that are currently going on right now for the Chase Sapphire brand of credit cards. And there are two of them on here. There's the Preferred and the Reserve. For the purposes of this video, we're going to talk about the Preferred. I think it's the better bang for the buck, and I think if you scroll down and read through these, you will see why. The link to check out the full offer will be in the episode description, so check that out. The basic premise here is that Chase is giving away 100,000 bonus points as a promo to sign up for one of these credit cards, and that's the most that they've ever done on this, so it's why I wanted to make a video on it. It's been 60,000 before, it's been 80,000 before, but this is the first time it's been 100,000. So this is worth checking out because of the way that those points start to add up. And so in order to get those 100,000 points, you have to spend $4,000 on purchases in the first 3 months of opening the account. And while that may seem daunting right now, we're going to break that down and unpack that in a little bit so that we can have a plan in place to do that without any unnecessary spending or any spending superfluously. That's what I get for trying to use a big word. Any out of the ordinary spending, we're not going to do it in order to get this done. So if you look at the 100,000 bonus points and we scroll down, basically 100,000 bonus points is worth $1,000 cash back. So that could be your play here. You could get $1,000 back into your pocket. Or if you use one of Chase's preferred travel partners, which a lot of the airlines, a lot of the hotel programs have direct affiliate links from the Chase Sapphire Rewards program, you can get basically 25% more value on them. And so your theoretical $1,000 cash back could be $1,250 worth of credit to one of those partners. In order to use the partners, you really have to start doing the math because you start doing the conversion of points, be it from Chase points to airline miles. And so you got to be good with your calculator to make sure you're getting a good value. But even if you don't want to do that, the reality of getting $1,000 cash back for this card is one of the best I've ever seen. It probably is the best. And so I've done the cash back sign-on bonuses for credit cards before. Fully anticipate doing this one too, just because that's $1,000 back into your pocket. Now there is a caveat to this. The Chase card does come with an annual fee. It's $95. And so in order to get the $1,000, you're going to probably have to pay this fee once. And so realistically, the $1,000 does become $905, but it's absolutely still worth it if you can hit that minimum spend and do it efficiently. And as best I am aware, I am not a tax professional, but memory serves me that credit card rewards cash back is not considered income. So you should not have to pay income taxes on the $1,000 that you get as part of this bonus. So unless the Biden administration changes that somehow, I think that's still going to be in play. Wouldn't have to pay taxes on the $1,000. And so if this is something that you're interested in, typically for these what Chase calls their premium cards, you usually have to have either good or outstanding credit, and the application process will vet that out for you. But assuming that you apply for it, this may make sense to you. And so that's why I wanted to do a video explaining it. And so let's talk about that $4,000 the $4,000 minimum spend and how that's daunting and how we can break that down into something that's a little more palatable. So let's talk about practical ways to hit that minimum spend. It wouldn't be out of the question that $4,000 in 3 months is maybe more than you intended to spend. And by no way am I suggesting to spend out of the ordinary to achieve the credit card bonus that's been offered here. And so the way that I would frame this is, if you do not typically spend, it would take roughly $1,350 per month to hit that spend. If you don't typically spend $1,350 per month on your credit cards, then maybe you need to think about this in a little different way. And I've done a little bit of this myself. The first thing that I would do is I would go to either the gas station or the grocery store that you frequent most often, and I would go in there and I would use the card to buy a gift card for $25. And I know we talked about earlier, the gift cards are part of the unacceptable ways to earn the bonus. But in my experience, if you go and you check your credit card statement a couple of days later, if you go online and look at it, the gift card that you bought is typically not coded as a gift card. It'll get coded as either grocery, department store, or gas. And so that's something to check out to determine whether or not that's going to hit for you. That's probably the easiest way to make sure that you're going to have enough to get over that hump on the back end. So let's set that to the side for a minute. And so the second would be to spend your typical day-to-day spending using this card. And I would say to do that for about 60 days. And so during that time, you can start to add up using the online platform that Chase has to determine how close you are to that minimum spend. You'll have to add it up, but let's say that you get through those 60 days and you're still maybe $1,000 or $1,250 short. That's where you can come back on the back end, and basically you got a gift card sandwich here, and you can buy gift cards to either the grocery store or the gas station to get yourself up over that $4,000 threshold. And as long as it was coded properly the first time, it should be coded properly the second time. If you want to be uber careful about this, maybe you get your gift cards in denominations of, let's say, $250 a piece, and so it might take 5, 6, 7 of them to get to the point where you've hit your minimum spend. But this does a couple of things. Number one, hopefully it keeps you under the radar in terms of any large purchases being flagged as either cash advances, or maybe for some reason purchases over a certain dollar amount start to trigger the gift card classification rather than just the grocery store classification. And also, if you think about this in the sense that you don't necessarily want to have $1,000 or $1,250 or $1,500 sitting on one gift card, because if you lose it, then you lose it. And so if you've got it in smaller increments, or whatever the increments are that you typically spend at the grocery store, you can take one of them or two of them with you, spend it to its entirety, and then limit your risk in the event that you were to ever lose one of these. And so again, the idea here isn't to have you spend money that you're not going to spend anyway, and that's why I recommend grocery stores, gas stations, things of that nature. Or if there's something in your life that you spend a decent amount of money on and you have a way to prepay it in gift card form, you may want to look at those options as well. But that's how I have done it to hit minimum spends on credit cards before. It's typically worked. And hopefully you can use this concept to get the minimum spend and get the 100,000 points for the Chase Sapphire Preferred, which turns into either $1,000 cash back or $1,250 if you use one of their travel partner portals. That's going to wrap up this week's episode of the show. Hopefully I gave you enough context there so that you can decide whether it makes sense to apply for the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And if you do, hopefully you can get the benefit of it from the bonus that they're presenting right now. If you think that this video was one worth watching, let the YouTube algorithm know that by hitting the like button, and feel free to share this video with somebody that you know that might be able to benefit from it as well. As I said earlier, you can hit the subscribe button and be the first to know about new videos like this time-sensitive one, and hopefully if there are other time-sensitive videos in the future, you can check those out in real time so that you're getting to take advantage of the things that we're talking about. If you're a podcaster or you like to listen to podcasts, you can find this show on the podcast player of your choice, searching Anthony Drew Gary, or The How To Show. You'll find it either way. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the major podcast platforms, you will find this show. Until next time, this is Anthony Drew Gary, host of The How To Show, signing off.